Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Money Podcast, your source for all things money. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Ramiro J. Atristaín on the line, and he is Managing Director over at Atristaín Financial Advisors. Ramiro, welcome to the show.
Hello, great to be here, Adam.
Oh, man, so this is one of my favorite topics. I'm excited to get into it with you. So we're going to talk about the benefits of hiring a fractional CFO. So a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executives out there listening that are kind of at that stage of growth or have been considering it, but since they haven't done it before, they're kind of trying to still figure it out. And I'm excited to get into that with you so that you can help them figure it out. Being said, I want to start off with giving us a little bit more about your background and what you're doing over at Atristaín Financial Advisors, please.
Definitely. So here at Atristaín Financial Advisors, we act as an interim CFO or an external CFO, given that there's a certain level of companies that are not quite ready or don't think they have the budget to hire a full-time CFO, but they still have growth plans, and so we fit right into that niche in terms of companies that are emerging, companies that are planning to grow, and they realize how important it is to have a financial strategy and good, well thought out planning about it.
I love it, and I think that's let's not hesitate. Let's just jump right into today's topic. So, hiring an interim CFO or a fractional CFO. I mean, where do you want to start with this topic? It's a big deal.
Yes, it is. Well, there are small businesses, right, and there are mid-sized businesses. The small businesses, typically, from when they start, they have totally different needs, and so their biggest challenges are going to be obviously finding and keeping customers, financing their business, but at some point they need to probably raise some capital or be able to prepare to get credit and so forth. So at this point, they do need to develop, sort of a business strategy, a financial plan, maybe a forecast or so. So I can help them with that. We all help them with that. Mid-sized business, on the other hand, they can definitely use the financial expertise and, from an advisor or external CFO that provides them with support in what they need, including, all the relevant support services to implement best practices, as well as increase a focus on the important parts of financial planning and so forth. So really, we can go hand in hand with the businesses, whether they are small or mid-sized, where, we help them with their financial reporting and leverage and bring their financial acumen to the next level. And even large businesses at that level, obviously, we work more with the entrepreneur who's now running a larger business and really needs more a second set of eyes to perhaps be able to see and gauge where the organization is moving from a financial perspective.
So I don't want to oversimplify this because I know it's a big topic and I know we can only cover so much in a 10 to 15-minute podcast episode. But that being said, I do know as long as you've been doing this, like certain themes tend to arise. How does a business know, or how does a business owner know if they're like at the right point to where they, they're kind of outgrowing, let's just say, their day-to-day bookkeeper and they need that higher level strategy thing? Because I think that, sometimes people don't know because it sneaks up on you, in my opinion. Like you're growing, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, this is new waters here. I can't just remember how much money we have coming in and out. I can't just look at the book. Like this is getting more complicated.
So where you can notice this is usually with the cash flow management. So your accounting staff might be able to put together your books on time and do all that, and maybe even have some sense of cash management. But they typically don't end up forecasting that and having that expertise to be able to navigate, challenges when it comes to cash management, which is a major aspect of how we usually interact with clients. And another way is when they tend to increase their capital needs and they might need a line of credit or they might need banking services, well, at that point, a bank is going to typically ask him for some of this laid out really well thought out in a plan. And at that point, they realize they don't have the internal expertise to answer to those questions many times. So those are the two ways in which these things come up. Usually the first one, hopefully, where you're still at a good, healthy stance, because if cash flow becomes a challenge when it's negative and you go over a few months where that is the case, then you're in a critical mode where you're going to be needing to make and take certain drastic measures, right?
No, well said. And so what is the next step? What does the relationship typically look like? And I know that can vary too, but just for somebody that's trying to picture whether or not, these new shoes are going to feel good, I mean, give them a feel on what that overall relationship can look like.
So first it might be, let's say, on a contractual basis where you're hiring for some hours of a CFO type of work. And so that usually lets us see some of the weaknesses or areas of strength and challenges that an organization is going through from a financial perspective. And so many times that's usually a way to make the owner or the president or CEO or so of a company realize where there are areas of improvement. So at that point, we can guide, not only from a financial reporting, but also from the process that could increase those, whether it's productivity or just that financial strategy or the financial management by itself, because there's a cost to not doing this well. The way I look at this is you have a pilot that runs over sort of flight 747, right? And there is a co-pilot or a flight engineer. We're more like the flight engineer that has the information, can really put together that for the pilot to move on, because the pilot has to be focused on where the airplane is going, right?
No, that's, again, well said. So that being said, Ramiro, if somebody is listening to this and they want to learn more about Atristaín Financial Advisors, so final question, two-part question. Yeah. Part one, what are typically the right types of businesses and or industries that you typically prefer to work with and are typically a good fit for Atristaín Financial Advisors, number one? Number two, what's the best way for them to reach out and connect with you and your team?
So number one, the typical business is sort of emerging, is growing, is whether many times we've had clients from the healthcare side, we've had clients from manufacturing too, but most have been from the healthcare or services more than products per se. And so, and then where they can reach us is at atristainadvisors.com. That's atristainadvisor.com. So that's basically, a point of contact.
Fantastic. Well, Ramiro, been awesome having you on the show today. I mean, great topic, benefits of hiring a fraction or interim CFO. So all great stuff there. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Money, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Ramiro, thanks again for coming on the show.